As the Return of the Damned and Season 8 draw closer, there's major construction over at Golden Sands. I never thought I'd be saying this, but is it just possible that a port town could finally be coming? Hey folks, welcome back to the channel with me, Ghost Admiral. I never thought I'd be making this video, and yet today, some of the biggest construction that's ever happened on any island in the whole game is actually happening. This took the community by storm. Now, this video is split into two parts because we had patch notes for this update, so we've of course got to check them out. But the first bit is Golden Sands. I mean, as you just saw there's massive stone structures. Here we are coming up on what looks to be foundations of a possible building. I mean, it's a ridiculously deep hole. I'm so excited for what could be coming here because the possibilities of what you're about to see now, it does get a lot more intense. Because at the moment, you might be thinking, oh, it's just defense, it's just some stone structures. But wait till we get onto the later bits. There's so much that has changed on this island. I'm actually so glad we saved Golden Sands now. Although it does make you wonder what would have happened if we didn't save it. What would the Reapers have happened? They said they both had interesting consequences of both actions back in Lost Sands. And this seems to be pretty gosh darn interesting. As you just saw there's flower beds, interestingly enough, more stone pillars here, and stone architecture in general I think has always really matched Sea of Thieves. Too long have we had just the base wooden structures. It's so cool to finally be getting something more substantial. Here we're coming up on something which solidifies the idea of a port town even more. These are really high structures, but not only that, but the corner pieces seem to be firmly set in the ground. They're round, they're not built on the sand, they're firmly set into the banks of the island. As we move our way around the island though, you're going to see loads of different details as well. There's some really small things like just little wheelbarrows placed here and there and whatnot, just really small things. You also notice that all of the land is chopped down. There's not that many trees left because they're being used for resources, as you'll see soon. Now here's another bit that's fully set into the sand and on the banks. I can't comprehend what could be actually happening here. You can see really high walls. There's also, weirdly enough, some rafts made out of chopped down trees or some platform or something. We'll have to see what they turn into. And there's also the knocked down water tower, so perhaps it's being made for space. But again, just everything's flattened. Trees are gone. Whoever's doing this needs resources, but here is something humongous. As well as it being just a big structure, there are stairs. Where could these stairs be leading to? Something upwards, something vertical. Perhaps a watchtower? They did say that they need more defenses. Or it could be something else. There is so much going on here, and realistically only time will tell to see what's actually going to happen here and what it's going to turn into. But these are all exciting. There's so much, as I say. I mean, just foundations everywhere, flattened ground. I mean, just piles of rubble and stone everywhere. This really, really excites me of what the future of Golden Sands is going to be. So, what do I personally think of this? Personally, I reckon it's a port town. That is my personal opinion. I've got no evidence to back that up whatsoever, but it just seems that something's going to be built here quite big like a port town. Now, my definition of a port town, it isn't obviously to the extent that I've discussed in my videos, but it just means to me loads more buildings, more NPCs, potentially more vendors, almost becoming like a headquarters for the good guys or something. I'm not quite sure, but that's sort of my definition, just Golden Sands expanding into something bigger, because a port town to someone else could mean an absolutely humongous landscape filled with shops and all sorts of stuff. Who knows, as I say, only time will tell, like I mentioned, but this is just so incredibly exciting and so big as well. Let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below. What do you think Golden Sands is going to turn into? As I say, personally, I think it's going to be some form of port town, but those stairs are definitely incredibly interesting. Something else I picked up on is that there's pumpkins in the Sovereign tent. Now, this is pretty interesting and more pretty nice, to be fair, that Sea of Thieves are fully decorating all the buildings, even the new ones, with themed seasonal cosmetics. No, not cosmetics, themed seasonal decorations, moreover, because they could have just easily left it and reskinned the old outposts to what they normally are at this time of year. So then here we are over with the patch notes for a change of tune in this very exciting video. First off, we have the Graveyard Gladiator stuff. Now, this stuff is completely beta. It's really bad. Figureheads, meh, it's alright. It's half decent, but I don't see how it made it into the Emporium. For the price, it's horrific in my opinion. But then we have the new event. They say, some traditions transcend time and place, as you can see from the Tricksters and Treaters event getting ready to go on the last weekend of the month. There'll also be more Twix drops before Season 7 retreats into the mists of history. The Tricksters and Treaters event is lasting from October 28th to November 1st, and they say that this year Sea of Thieves marks the spooky season in a new way, with a Tricksters and Treaters in-game event that asks pirates to enable generous treats or undertake dastardly tricks. Tricksters and Treaters compete to raise enough points to meet their own cumulative community goals, with bespoke rewards and a title on offer to those who play their part. Keep an eye on Sea of Thieves' social channels for updates as this event approaches, and check the events hub for a link to all the info when it's live. Then also there's more Twix drops, which is cool before the season ends. Surprised they didn't add more info about Tricksters and Treaters in the patch notes, but oh well. There's also more stuff about the adventures, they just re-put it in. Outpost Cosmetics. The Outpost equipment and weapons shops now offer Seared Forsaken Ashes items for purchase with gold, so new weapons to the Seared Forsaken Ashes set. Pretty cool. There's been a load of fixed issues. Firstly, the cloud signifying a skeleton fleet has returned to the rotation of world events. Players taking on a skeleton fort should no longer find that skeleton waves halt, preventing the encounter from progressing. This was a big issue. Handing in Devil's Roar cargo run crates in on time and in perfect condition will now update the foreign commendations correctly. Basically, they were multiplying so you get 222. It's been in the game for years, finally fixed. Then there is a bunch of Captains of Adventure bug fixes, which is really good. It's good to see that they're still working on that. Environment, just some stuff about shrines, then a Vault and Kraken watchtower. Visual and audio, the Bleak Heart Banshee Eye of Reach script no longer becomes transparent after reloading and shooting. Seabound Soul and Heart of Fire Pendragon now has his sword. There's some more text and localization, with Showered on New Golden Sands now brings up correct interaction text, interesting, and some UI stuff, and more stuff in Turkish and German languages. Performance and stability, they've improved server stability, and they've also improved client stability. Then there's a bunch of known issues. Herald of the Flame quest items. If you're not getting your rewards for completing the Herald of the Flame, this is normal, they know about this, you'll get it in due course. Lorina Adventure dialogue discoverability, unless a whole player's crew are present when talking to Lorina, she'll only have dialogue about captain ships and will not offer the option to begin the latest adventure. I don't know why this is a known issue, because I actually quite like this, but anyway, reduced server performance and hit reg, and that finishes it off for all the patch notes. And there we go, that does just bring us to the end of the video, a very exciting one at that. I was absolutely blown away, especially by the new Golden Sand stuff. These developments are just insane, uncomprehendable. Let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below, especially as I say what's happening to new Golden Sands. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, then please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel an absolute ton. And subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. And while you're at it, why not hit the bell as well so you never miss a single upload. We're approaching 10k subscribers really fast, and we've got some really awesome plans for when we hit it. But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.